Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sisters of the Mystical Tarot. I have with me here my lovely sisters, Marina from Heart Centered Tarot and
Hello.
Val from Dragonfly Crystals. And Allie is visiting with a friend who came into town, so she's having more fun than all of us put together.
Yeah.
And so that's great. And another fun Wednesday night. I'm slowly resurrecting from the dead, and at least I feel like it. If I don't start having another coughing fit, I'll be okay. Um, and Val is not feeling good, and Marina's just getting over being sick, and so it's like whatever the heck this stuff is, it is making its rounds to everybody. So
Welcome to General Hospital. In
Yes,
this
thank
episode,
exactly.
you.
Right. It is General Hospital.
I used to watch that soap opera religiously
I
back in
know.
the Luke and Laura days.
Yes,
yeah,
Luke
way,
and
way
Laura.
back.
We
Yes.
would arrange our work schedules around General Hospital so we didn't miss an
Well, I
episode of Luke
mean,
and
it's been
Laura.
on so long. My grandmother used to watch it. That's
Yes.
how.
Yeah, I grew up watching soaps with my grandmother. It was starting at like 11 in the morning
Yeah.
all the way until like 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It was As the World Turns,
As the
Guiding
world turns,
Light,
never to be
uh,
missed. Never
uh,
to be missed.
One
Another
Life to
world.
Live. Uh,
Yes. Now the Santa Barbara one came much later.
I
And some
remember
of the
when
other ones.
Ryan's Hope was first
Ryan's
introduced.
Hope. Yep. Yep.
Um, I started watching it from day one,
Yeah.
and the Young
Then
and the
you have my personal
Restless.
favorite, which isn't it actually in that genre, but it's Dark Shadows.
Oh God,
Ooh,
yes. We would run home from
Run
school
to watch
on the
Barnabas on.
days for Dark Shadows. We lived, me and two of my girlfriends, we lived like 8 blocks from the school to where we lived,
Yeah,
and we would literally haul ass running full out, get home in time for Dark Shadows, and we would come in just as it would be the waves crashing on the rocks, and you
yeah,
would see the Dark Shadows thing
yes,
would come
yeah,
sliding in. That's
yeah.
when we would come running in the door. I mean, her mother knew to have the TV
Have
on
it
and
on
ready.
and ready.
yes.
And
Books
the
would
funny
go
thing is,
flying.
my
We didn't
dad
care.
used to
It was,
watch it. My dad
yeah.
used to watch it with me.
Mhm.
He'd go, "I'm not watching," and then of course his
Yes, of course. Yeah.
magazine would be down, and he'd be zeroed in on it.
Absolutely. Oh, I loved that show. That was so great.
Yeah,
Um, and I was so
Hello,
bummed when they
Karen.
did the
Hello, Noah.
movie, and it
yeah.
they did it. I mean, I love Johnny Depp, but they did it very camp,
They did
and
do it
and it
campus.
was just
Yeah.
like it's cute. I like what they did for the movie, but it's
It's
not
not.
Dark
It's
Shadows.
not
It's
Dark
like
Shadows. The
it
one we
just
know.
wasn't it
Yeah,
just wasn't right. It was like, yeah,
yeah.
no, this is not it.
It was done very. The series was very serious. Uh, it took itself seriously, and as much as
Yeah.
it could, when you have Angelique the witch and the, you know,
Oh, I thought she
I
was the most
mean,
beautiful woman I've ever
oh my
seen.
God, wasn't she?
Oh,
And then you
Jesus.
have
And of
Victoria the
course,
governess.
Kate Jackson, that's where Kate Jackson got her first acting job was
I
on Dark
know.
Shadows. She
I
was
know.
Wow.
Charlie's Angels fame, and then of course
Yeah.
Scarecrow, Mrs. King, and
Yeah.
but she still looks like $1 million at some special event, and the three of them that are still alive
Yeah.
are all got together for
Mhm.
some special event over the weekend, and I saw some clips from it. I was like, damn, they all look good. Must be
They
nice for that kind of money. You can
they
look good.
they all look good.
Even up into your 70s, you still
I
look like you're in your
I think
40s.
they really take care of themselves, all of them. So
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
yeah,
Well, I guess it's the nature of the beast, what they do. You have to, you start looking old and parts either dry up or you're the
you
old
could do a whole
dodger
show
coming
on
down
that
the
because
street. Yeah.
at one point you say to yourself, how I look is how I look, age and all, and why? why can a man age like fine wine and have all the wrinkles and whatever, and they think he's just fine looking, but a woman gets one crowfoot or whatever and a
Yeah,
smile line, and all of a sudden, oh, she's aging. They're
we're pumping plastic into our face to smooth out the wrinkles and
this
stuff.
isn't this isn't
Um,
this isn't a
Hi,
fair.
Karen. Hi, Lois. So yeah,
I
it's
I think anti-ageism is something that we all need to be aware of in any industry, because it tells us it's not okay to look
yeah.
how we
Well,
look.
look at
So,
Keanu Reeves, who is like he's my age. I think he's a couple of years younger than me, not much, 2 or 3 years younger than me. Um, and he's starting to show his age, and
yeah,
and he looks pretty damn good for his age, especially considering he still does all the John Wick stuff and all that.
yeah.
Um, but his girlfriend, who's an artist that
Mhm.
they met, they were both on a art board for some kind of public charity or something. That's how they met, according to the tabloids.
I thought she was
Um,
an author as well.
yeah, she's
She
also an
wrote,
author as well.
she illustrated books and wrote books
Yeah, and
did,
she's a beautiful woman, but she looks her age. She looks like a 60-year-old woman, and
she
she has
looks
beautiful
like
silver hair.
she looks like $1,000,000 to me. I think her skin is glowing and absolutely
Yeah,
lineless to me. I don't see
I
an
think
age
she's
at all with her. I think
gorgeous.
she could be like 30 years old as far as I'm concerned.
I think she's absolutely
Only her
gorgeous, and
silvering hair. Yeah, that's the only
they
thing that
just
gives it
seem
away.
to be so perfect together. And it's like after the tragedies he went through in his younger years with a lost child and live in spouse. I don't think they were ever married, but um, it was like he just was always he was never you never really saw him attached to anybody, um, and he's known as the nicest guy in Hollywood. It's like you want to see somebody like that, find somebody really great, and it's just so nice to see a man, a celebrity in that kind of constant attention, actually dating and being with someone who's their age. He doesn't have some 18-year-old hooked on his arm. He's
Yeah.
got a grown woman who knows her mind. And to me, they look like the perfect couple together. It's like we should all be so lucky. I mean, it's not very often that people that get up into our stratosphere of age find a nice partner to partner up with, later on. And um, so, yeah, that would be nice to see happen. But
What
I'm happy.
are you saying something, Shari? Are you out?
I'm
Are
just
you
saying, people
for
are
a
always
partner?
asking me, well, how come you don't date? Well, how come you don't? I'm like, I'm not interested. It's like if spirit's got somebody for
I
me,
think that's
they're
what.
gonna park him in my front door, knocking and
Well,
saying, "Okay, I'm here."
I have to say, at this age, I would not be very interested either. It
Yeah,
just isn't something in your mind that
I
you
I
wouldn't be
am
out
who
hunting for
I am.
anything. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's like I am who I am. My interests
yeah,
are my interests. I'm
yeah,
not gonna change anything
yeah.
to accommodate somebody else, and I don't expect somebody else to accommodate
Well, that's
themselves.
just it. We have our lives the way we live it, and
Right,
to stretch and change and morph for someone else to come in would be too much of a stretch at this age, unless they were so independent that they came in seamlessly and had their own thing going on,
yeah,
and
right. It's
it
one
just
thing you meet
blended.
somebody when you're
That can
20.
happen.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
possible.
sure it
But
is. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, it's one thing when you're 20 and you meet
yeah,
somebody and you kind of grow together through the years, hopefully not apart, but grow together through the years. And you're kind of there for each other as all the different changes take place. And it can be a lot more difficult, I know, when you get older, just because everybody's established in their ways. You do things the way you do things, and most
Yeah.
of us aren't willing to change it for somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But anyway, that's completely off topic.
It
So
is off topic.
a quick hello to Innocent Potato and Gina and Norm Gilbert. Hey, Norm, I haven't seen you in a while. Karen, who is that? Sweet Pea is here. Who let Heart Centered Tarot and Dragonfly crystals in? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Look, Voices from the Swamp got in there too. Well, it's downhill from here. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. Before we do anything, let's go round robin real quick and y'all fill us in on what you're doing, what's happening, what's next. Marina, you're up. What you got coming? What's going on? All that fun stuff.
What's going on is tomorrow is the last day to take advantage of the 10% off on all my services on the website, which is Marina's heartcenteredtarot.com. And yeah, everything goes back to normal as of May 1st. So go over, check it out, whether that's a reading, a class, course, whatnot. So that's going on. Tomorrow, I'm looking forward to being on Val's channel for episode 165 of Messages for Life.
I don't get to catch that one live once in a blue moon, but I'll listen to replay. So
yes,
if y'all can't catch somebody live, don't just write it off. Just click save and go back in and watch it later.
exactly.
And then that way, if you got to go to the restroom, you can just pause and you're not missing anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then Friday at 2 p.m., I've got 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Deborah Zakow is joining me. And on Saturday at 3 p.m., Sun Psychic Jean is going to be joining me. So it's going to be a full few days, but really, really looking forward to it. Great things. The Achieving Union course starts on May the 1st. So that's one of the things that you can get 10% off. So
there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
And that is a great course, everyone.
All right, Val, what about you? What's up? What's happening?
After Sisters of the Mystical Tarot at 6:00 Pacific time, I'll be on with Arthur on my channel. So tune into that, everyone, if you can. And then after that, I'll be on Next Level Channeling, my channel, giving you the Ascension symptom of the day. We'll see what that is. And just
fabulous last night.
Oh, thank you, Marina. Thank you. We had a little Ask the Guides last night, or ask the Spirit Guides. So psychic mediumship class with Allie, that's June 6th. Akashic Record class June 11th, meditation class June 25th, and channeling class September 5th. Go to dragonflycrystals.store. You can sign up for those. And, beginners, sign up. Don't be afraid. Stick your foot in. Don't be scared. You can absolutely do Achieving Union at the same time. Go to Marina's heartcenteredtarot.com, sign up for that and get that 10% off. And then go to dragonflycrystals.store. And while you're there, you can sign up for both of our memberships, which are fabulous.
Thank you. Yes.
So that's what I got going. Tomorrow, of course, we'll be on my channel for Messages for Lightworkers, episode 175, like Marina mentioned. And Shari, what about you? What you have going on?
Well, I'm not dead, so that's a positive.
Bonus.
It was debatable a couple of days for the last couple of days. I took the day off, and I literally slept most of the day, just like complete total couch potato. And I still got the cough, as y'all heard. It sounds like whooping cough. It's so bad. It's all down in my chest now. It's been sinuses for weeks, and now it's down in my chest again. So I'm like, I really don't want to have to go back to the doctor because they're going to give me a shot, and I don't like to get shots. Um, but I am feeling better. I'm glad to be here tonight. I'll be uh, I'll be doing backstage for Colleen tomorrow evening, and I think I'm doing a show with Judy tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna have to touch base with her and find out. Friday night is polyterology. We meet the first Friday of the month over on the Cool Crone, and then because I was no internet all last weekend, I've had to do a lot of shuffling around to get things rescheduled. And so I've got June Wagner coming on Saturday at noon Central, and she's an intuitive tarot reader, medium. She's really cool. I enjoy watching her read, so I'm looking forward to it. We've
Nice.
not technically met yet, except through internet, through email, and then I've got my member Zoom meeting that I had to reschedule to Saturday because no internet last weekend, and of course the slumber party Saturday night, and that's 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 it for the weekend. I
Mm.
reshuffled what I could and scheduled for a later date what I couldn't reshuffle over the weekend, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to stay where I'm at and not add anything to it because I don't want to have a relapse. So,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
because I'm bad about doing that. It's like you come back and you're trying to catch up with everything, and
Yeah.
you wind up shooting yourself in the foot when you do that. So, I'm trying hard not to do that. And thank y'all for being here. So I was like, okay, I don't know what to talk about this, but I always have the problem of picking a topic because my brain is in 50 directions at once. I can never settle on one or two things. And so I was meditating about it the other day, and it just kind of popped into my head. Is how do we use our gifts to serve others, and how would we like to be remembered? What would we like to be remembered for? I thought those are kind of interesting topics to kind of put together. Um, and Marina, I'll let you go first.
Oh,
In
goody.
either order that you want to go in, you can do either question first. They kind of go together, but I
They
still,
do. They do.
you
You
know,
know,
just in case.
yeah, I think that I do use my gift a lot. Sometimes, even subconsciously, even before I realize what I'm doing. But I'm generally talking to people and um, picking up vibes, energy, and so on, and sharing with them. So um, I I enjoy doing that, and I I'm learning how to be more discerning in terms of how I'm sharing and who I'm sharing it with, so that I'm not giving out information to sometimes to people who aren't ready yet to hear it. So, being a little discerning and whatnot is important. But I think I use it. I use it every day. I'm constantly checking in with um, how am I feeling about this? Where is this energy coming from? People that I encounter when I'm out, in terms of their kind of energy that they give off and whatnot. And I think, if the one thing that I would want to be remembered for is for being a genuine person. I don't want I think that when I transition, when my time comes, I would like those behind me to have a great big party, to talk about me in any way that you want. Remember the stories. Don't forget to laugh. Know that I'm always there. But not it's in the integrity, in the genuineness. Like I'd like people to say, no, yeah, with Marina, what you see is what you get. There's nothing there's nothing fake, there's nothing whatever. That's the most important thing. Anything else is secondary. No one ever, I've never ever heard anyone say, oh, you know what, yeah, so and so worked really hard, and by the time that they transitioned, oh, they had a lovely huge home. There was 4 cars that were parked outside all the time.
And their bank account.
And, oh, the size of the bank account.
Oh,
The platinum cards and the
yeah, none.
that Maybach Mercedes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to be remembered as someone who was joyful, someone who always, looked on the bright side, and who shared things and whatnot. So yeah, come to my funeral, tell stories.
and Miss Val, what about you?
As to using my gifts and abilities, I just go along, and whatever is in the flow of me doing service. I was always here for service. I knew that when I was young. So I knew when I was in school, I was just biding time till I got to my real work, which is exactly the truth. As you open up and you're just a vessel for this higher energy to flow through when you meet others. And Marine is absolutely right about, you still have to have your boundaries and discernment about who it is that you're giving all this information to, because sometimes if it's not time, they're not going to treat it with respect. They're not going to take it in. It's going to sit out on the surface. And so even though you're getting the message, maybe for them, it's for you and not for them to know. And maybe down the road, they'll come back and they'll be ready for it, or from someone else. But that's a true thing, that some people are not ready yet for whatever we're getting coming in for us. So also, when we use our gifts, whether it's channeling, Akashic records, psychic readings, or whatever we're doing, we're really opening up. We're that conduit. The gifts aren't us. It's the energy coming through. We aren't the gifts. The gifts aren't us. So we're a conduit for this energy flowing through. And that's what you do in service for humanity. And that's how I look at it. As far as a legacy or something, I never think about it. I don't care. It isn't anything that's important to me. It matters not one tiny little bit to me in any way, shape, or form. And I just never cared about that at all. When I'm gone, I'm gone. When I'm out of here, I'm out of here. That's all. I don't really have any kind of thought form about that. I've never sat around and cared about it or thought about it at all. And when I go, I hope everybody has fun too. Just enjoy yourselves. Just have fun, enjoy yourselves. We're here for what is it, like a New York minute, and then we're not. Yes. And so, yeah. So that's it. What about you, Shari?
Well, as far as how I use my gifts to serve others, when that question kind of popped up on me the other night, and I started thinking about it. And of course, my first standard answer is, well, of course, I enjoy helping people. And then I started thinking about how long I've done it without realizing
Mhm.
that I was using these gifts that I have, because I was so closed off to the notion that they were real.
Mhm.
And but I can go back as far back as I can remember, always with just wanting to make somebody else feel better, in whatever capacity, whether if it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever. I just wanted people to feel better, to feel nice, be happy. Don't worry, be happy, as the song goes,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
Um, and so I've been doing that like all of my life, and I never thought of it in terms of using a gift to do it. It was just natural. And then it wasn't until I really turned that lock and opened the door back up that I started realizing, well, what I've always been doing is exactly what these gifts have enabled me to do. And now that I'm aware of them, I can do it better. I can be more efficient, maybe give a better answer if I'm asked questions about something. And so, uh, just it's just so if other people are happy and feel good, then I'm happy and feel good.
Mhm.
That's kind of always just been the main driver for me, is just to make sure everybody in the room is in an okay place. And then I feel like, okay, I've been successful here tonight. Everybody's happy, everybody's relaxed, everybody's feeling good. I hit all the nails on the head. So um and it was always just kind of in the back of my head and never really thought about it. Um, when it came to the second part, what would I like to be remembered for? What brought that question up was I I was thinking of when my husband passed, and we didn't have a big fancy funeral. We didn't have like everybody was at a church, then we all drove to the graveyard, and we didn't do any of that. We had graveside services, very simple, very plain. The church we belonged to at the time, our music slash youth minister, um, brought us acoustic guitar with them. Everybody could sing some songs. Our pastor, gave us really simple, very heartfelt sermon, not even really a sermon, just more like a talk, um, about what it means to transition over, and everything. And then he did something that he told me later he had never done before, but just felt led to do it. Was he kind of looked out over the people that were there, where it's a beautiful, February afternoon, temperature was perfect, blue skies. You couldn't have asked for a better day in February, which is rare down here. February is usually
Mhm.
bad weather. Um, and he just simply asked, if anybody here has a memory they would like to share, please share it. And if I'd have known he was going to do it, I would have had somebody tape it, just so I would have had that. Um, eh, because I wasn't expecting it. And like he told me, it wasn't anything planned. It just kind of in the moment, Spirit said, do this. And it was the things that people talked about. Wasn't any grand stories or any big stuff. It was little things like, a friend of his who worked offshore was like, I was always comforted in knowing that when I was out offshore, and if something broke down at the house or the car broke down or anything, I knew that my wife only had to pick up the phone and call him, and he would come and take care of it as quickly as he could. No questions asked. He said, and that was always a comfort to me, because I knew that he was kind of my backup man at that point. He was there to handle it. And and it was just different. I mean, stories, people talking about him coming over in a pouring rain and fixing something on their car, or freezing temperatures and crawling under their house to unclog a pipe so their toilet would flush, that kind of thing. And just normal everyday things that he did for other people just because he could do it, not asking for anything out of it. And it just, when Spirit put that question in me, and I immediately flashed to that day on at the gravesite, and it was just so profound because, like I said, it wasn't anything super major, earth shattering type. It was just little normal everyday things that he did for friends, some that were practically strangers, like one Christmas morning when he went out to get the paper and he saw this like 20-year-old girl broke down on the side of the road across the street from our house, practically in tears, not knowing what to do. And he walked out and asked her what was going on. And she was hysterical. And he said, well, come on, we're going to go in the house and my wife will fix you a cup of coffee and I'll come see what's going on. And so she came, he brought her to the house, fixed her some coffee, sat her down, calmed her down. Meanwhile, he went outside. Now, this was Christmas morning, mind you. He went outside, went and figured out what was wrong. Something had come unhooked. He fixed it up. 15 minutes it took him to fix it. And she was back in her car and on the way to her grandparents' house. And then that night, we get knock, knock, knock on the door. And it was the same young lady with like trays of food that her grandmother sent as a thank you for the nice man who spent his Christmas morning in his PJs working on a stranger's car, And we were like, you didn't have to bring us anything, that's not. And then a week later, a florist guy pulls into the driveway and says, I don't know where I'm going and I don't know who the man is I'm supposed to give this to, but the girl said that you worked on her car Christmas morning in your PJs. And my husband was like, yeah, that was me. And he says, okay, well, then this is for you. And it was this big ceramic football with this beautiful ivy coming out of it that she then had sent to him with just various directions of where the house was. And she didn't know the man's name, but if he told him, you worked on my car Christmas morning, he would know if you got the right guy. And the florist was laughing because he was like, I never got directions like that in my life.
Yeah.
Deliver flowers to, and it was just little things like that. And so when this popped into my head, and I, much like what Marina and Val, both said, it just, if I want to be remembered for anything, it's just because I was kind.
Yeah.
Because I helped people, because people felt comfortable coming to me with a problem or just needed to vent or cry or whatever, just that I was there for somebody in the way that there were people who over my life have always been there for me. And I told my son, I don't want a big fancy funeral. I want the Mardi Gras thing, where you got the little, the guy like a mariachi band, but they're all Cajun, playing their horns and their accordion and have a party, and that will do me fine. You don't need to make it a big sad thing, just have a party. And so and don't bury me. That's the other thing I told them. I want to be cremated. Don't put me in the ground. I said, I'm going to come back and haunt you. But yeah, I guess that was, just, I just want people to remember me as someone who was kind, who was always there for them when they needed somebody for whatever reason. And I think you can't ask for a better epitaph than that.
Exactly.
To
to be remembered fondly, to to be remembered as someone who was kind, who was nice, instead of, oh, did you hear so and so died? Oh, good, glad he's dead. You know.
Not like some people we know that when they pass, they're going to be champagne corks popping all over the world. But
Yeah.
you know, at least I know if anybody pops any corks for me, it's gonna probably be some tequila somewhere, you know, and just everybody have a party. Um,
Yep.
and that's, you know, that I think to me is the greatest thing that can be said about anyone
Mhm.
when we pass on is that that
Yeah,
was
it's
the
a
nicest
personality
person.
that remains. It's the person. It's the things, how you make other people feel, how yeah, what you do for other people that come from that place in your heart that isn't expecting anything in return. You do it because it feels good. You do it because it um, it makes them feel good. It, you know, it lightens their load a little bit. That's ultimately that's what's important.
Yeah.
That's what, you know, anyone would want to be
And
remembered for. Not
people
yeah.
people know if it's something that you're doing from your heart because you care, as opposed to you're trying to rack up points with the big guy upstairs or however they want to look at it. It's like, yeah, that don't work.
No,
'Cause,
no, ain't nobody keeping tab.
no, you know, spirit knows what spirit knows, and none of us are going to be able to pressure wash that clean in any respects. You know,
Yes.
it is what it is. And I think most people, even if they don't admit it, I think most people know deep down what someone's real personality is. You know, if they do nice things for them because they're going to get something out of it, or just because they're a nice person.
Yeah,
And I think that makes all the difference in the world.
it does.
Uh,
Yeah, it
so
does.
we had a few more people pop in. You know, Kelly is here, and Kiva is here, and Gloria is here. Um, and if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I've been trying to type it in as I see it, but um,
Yep.
anybody else has any other things you want to add to that? Because I'm just, that's about as far as my brain power is going tonight. Uh,
And and you know what? That I think that that is perfectly acceptable given given the fact you're in recovery and Val is just barely hanging in there.
and you're in recovery because you were sick last week. I'm sick this week. Val's trying her damnedest not to get sick. And yeah.
It's it we're sisters. It's what we do. We share.
Yeah, that's right.
Even across the computer.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay, everybody's
Yeah.
sick now. I just talked at the
Yeah.
computer. Um, I'm
Yeah.
sending a virus your way. Uh, that's the next thing is my computer's getting ready to go. I got to start saving up for a new computer. My son's
Mhm.
trying to get me to get a laptop. He's like, get an Apple, mom. He's like, get a what is it an
Macintosh.
Apple app something Neo, Air Neo, Apple Neo. I don't know. It's a smaller one, but I have big monitors I can hook in to put it up. And he's like, that way you can stay in the house, you can go outside, whatever you want to do. And, you know, and I'm like, yeah, okay. We found one I think could do the trick. I just got to save up a little while for it. And it's a little bit more than I wanted to spend, but it would cost more to fix this dinosaur that I
Exactly.
have underneath me. So
Yeah.
he's like, we could put the same amount of money into this one and it still could go out in 6 months after because it's so old. So um, I'm like, okay, so gonna be computer shopping.
Yep.
And he's talking me into an Apple, and I know nothing about Apple products. I've never owned
Yes.
an Apple anything, so I'm like, I'm gonna really be stuck. It's gonna be hard in the beginning figuring it out, and from what I understand, once you figure it out, you don't ever want to go back. You're stuck with them forever. So that would be good to
I've
know.
heard that. I've heard that Macs are
Yeah,
very user friendly.
Mhm.
yeah, it's
But yeah, it's just a matter of
a
getting.
A MacBook Neo, I think is what they call
Yeah.
it or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cute little laptop, So I thought,
Mhm.
okay, look into that. And
Yeah.
so anything else y'all wanna? I'm gonna wrap us up because I'm getting ready to do some major blowing here, and that's gonna take
Uh-huh.
10 minutes to clear out the sinus passages, and I don't want to do it on air.
Yeah,
um,
exactly. Be right back. Yeah. I I get it. I get it. And you know what?
exactly.
It works out just, yeah, just perfect, and everyone can go and rest, and yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, we hope that Allie is having an absolutely fabulous time.
Oh, I have a feeling she's having a ball.
Yes, yeah,
And,
absolutely. So that
and
should be a lot of fun. And
next week it'll be Val's turn. And
Yep.
yes, on the
so
Oh,
everybody make sure you bring pen and paper because Val always makes us do homework and thinks,
hey,
which we love. So that's not a bad thing. It's like, oh,
I
I got
just
to
like
think
to
about
be comprehensive. If I have
That's
time,
right.
I'm going to hit it with all I got, all barrel.
Yes,
there we go.
exactly. Yeah. I got
Like it.
your attention. Here you go.
Exactly.
Questions afterwards.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I know we're cutting it short by about 15 minutes, but I really got to go blow my nose or it's going to start dripping and it's not
Okay.
going to be pretty.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
we'll be back next week, same
Yeah.
bat time, different bat channel because we'll be on Val's channel. And for, I'm sure, a really good topic and lots of fun. And hopefully Allie will be back next week, so you'll
Yeah.
have all four of us.
Yeah.
And that's always a lot of fun. So
Absolutely.
thank you, my sisters, for being here tonight. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for being here tonight with us. And any ideas y'all got for a topic you would like us to discuss, put it in the comments. And it's something we can write on our to-do list in the future and see where we go from here. So because there's all kinds of stuff to talk about. I just don't always think of it. Or the minute I think of something, it's somebody else's turn and they pull it out. I'm like, damn it, that's what I was gonna do. I've had that happen several times to me. Like, we were definitely connected for that one. That thought went
Yes.
through. So,
Exactly.
all right, y'all have a wonderful week. Look forward to the weekend. We're almost there. And bye for now.